We have one of our signature dishes, which is the Bardo. So that's a red snapper that was probably swimming in the Gulf of Mexico last night, and we're serving you here today.
It looks fresh, man, and the presentation is awesome.
It's beautiful, but you got to look at them in the eye.
Before we eat them. My name is Stephen Bardo, former Flying Illini and NBA point guard turned basketball analyst. I have traveled the world through basketball, and the one thing I have found is everyone loves food and sports. What's up, y'all? It's your man Stephen Bardo coming at you with another edition of America Loves Food and Sports. We're in Logan Square and we're going to check out some traditional Cuban food at 90 Miles Cuban Cafe. Great story about the owner and his family coming to the United States, and I can't wait to introduce my special guest. My stomach is touching my back. I'm so hungry, y'all, so let's get it cracking. Guys, I'm so pleased to be joined by Alberto Gonsalez, the owner of 90 Miles Cuban Cafe.
Cuban Cafe.
Thanks a lot for having us, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. And then I got my man, Dr. Lloyd Walton. I said Dr. Lloyd Walton. That's a PhD doctor, former NBA player, works at the NBA Players Association. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. But first, Alberto, thank you for having us, man. You've got this lively, beautiful place. You've got a treat for us, though. I want to see this.
You know, Stephen, a friend of mine went to Cuba and brought a bottle of Havana Club. And I tell you what, this thing is beautiful. I love the way it tastes, and I want to share this with you, and you tell me what you think about it. So, okay. 90 Miles has a house mix, a mojito mix, that once we do this is magical right here. This is a treat right here.
Okay.
So once we mix it, so you could bring your own rum here. It doesn't have to be.
Okay, because it's BYOB here, right?
I don't know if I'm breaking any trade rules right here, but it's from Cuba.
That's all right.
I tell you what,
it's your place.
You'll help me pay the fine.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, so we got this thing going on, and Dr. Lloyd,
yes, sir.
He was telling me before we started that he just wanted to taste this thing, and I told him, listen, I know you guys are not drinking. He goes, what are you talking about?
So we got definitely
this.
Taste this.
So taste this. This is beautiful.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's not every day when you get the owner of an establishment that mix you some really, really native alcohol from his original country. So
and mojito, which I believe is probably the national drink of Cuba.
All right. So
salud.
Okay,
salud. Cheers.
We'll have a sip of this, and then I'll go over the food, because I'm telling you, I got a treat for you guys over here.
Okay.
So.
Yes. Get the mojito mix when you come. I don't know if you can get the Havana Club, but if you get some rum.
We got a code. You're not going to door twice, and we might have a bottle for you. Just kidding.
So Alberto, tell us what we got here, man. I'll put this here.
So
we can see everything.
basically, we got a treat in for you. So basically, this is the lechon. This lechon right here, believe it or not, it takes about 19 hours from the simmering to the cooling down to the slicing to cooking.
Wow.
So
19 hours?
19 hours from the moment that we get it till we serve. It takes 19 hours. It takes about 7 hours to cook.
Okay.
And we marinate it overnight. So this thing right here is grandma's recipes. It's a little bit of everything. It's full of flavor, and that's, most people come here for the lechon. So, and basically we serve it with black beans and rice and maluros, which is plantains. But one of my personal favorites is the oxtail. And everybody in the Caribbean, from Jamaica to all these things, they have an oxtail, and everybody says my oxtail is the best. Well, my grandmother's recipe is the best.
Okay.
You better take that to the bank, and you're gonna be the judge of that.
All right.
Okay. And I know you've been to a few places, and you've been bragged about the oxtail, because I saw you eating oxtail at another place.
Oh yeah, at Jack Grill.
Yeah,
that's
right.
right. That's
but
right.
you got to taste this one.
Okay.
Okay.
All
and
right.
then we have one of our signature dishes, which is del Bardo. So that's a red snapper that was probably swimming in the Gulf of Mexico last night, and we're serving you here today.
It looks fresh, man, and the presentation is awesome.
It's beautiful, but you got to look at them in the eye.
Before we eat them. Okay. So real quickly, tell me, what was the inspiration behind this place?
Well, you know what? I'm a native of Cuba. I came in 1980 with my family. Was raised in Miami, met my beautiful wife, and relocated to Chicago. And I've done many things in my life. I've been in business since I got here. And before the restaurant business, I was in the mortgage business. And all of a sudden, in 2007, things started going south. And I reinvented myself. And I said, you know what, hon? Coming back from Spain. So in Spain, they have these little places that they're very cute, but they pack a lot of flavor. And I said, you know what? I know that we could do something here in Chicago that could be authentic and thinking out of the box. And I put all my childhood memories, and I created 90 Miles on Clybourne. And then within 6 months, we were opening up this second location, and now we got a third location on Lincoln Way.
Right.
So we've been blessed. We've been blessed, and I believe that at the end of the day, it's all about quality, service, and my grandmother's recipe. So, Grandma, thank you.
Yeah. Well, Alberto, thank you for having us, man. That's wonderful. I can't wait to dig in. So we're gonna dig in. And I'm gonna transition over here to Dr. Lloyd.
You know what? We're talking too much. So let's go to town.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
My pleasure, brother.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna undo my belt because I'm about to get in here. Listen, and I meant to tell you guys, I've eaten here before. I used to live in this neighborhood. This food is good, right? Really good. I've already been here. When my business partner hooked it up and said that we were gonna come out here, he had no qualms from me. So
now, if I might ask something else.
yeah.
Okay, so your African background.
Yep.
That might be the flavors that you love. So Cuban food is a fusion of Spanish food from Spain and African.
Okay.
So basically, when the Spaniards brought the slaves into Cuba, we all started mixing, and we started mixing flavors, and that's the background of Cuban food. It's a mixture of Spanish food with African food.
Okay.
So enjoy.
I will, because it looks wonderful.
Oh man, yeah.
All right, there we go.
It's tender too, guys.
It is
It's
tender.
coming right off the bone, man.
Let's see here.
Wow.
Guys, look at this. Look, Nick, get closer. Watch what I do. I'm trying to get this up with this fork. Look at this.
Because it's
I can't even get it off, man. It's falling apart.
right off the bone.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. You should spoon for that one.
I think you're right. Man, hold on.
Delicious.
It's good.
Delicious.
You know what? If you get a little rice and you put the sauce on top of it, and then you mix it with the sweet of the plantain, it's
Okay, so wait a minute.
match made in heaven.
All right, wait. So I got the
You
plantain.
got a little plantain. You got to put a little of the black beans. Put a little bit of the black beans on top of the rice.
Okay.
Because Cuban food is like soul food. You got to eat everything together, man.
I like that.
Oh, I do like that. I like that. All right. Like that?
Just like that. You put everything together. You take a spoon with the sweet, the oxtail, the black beans and rice, and you're home, brother.
All right, looks like I got a home run here, y'all. Let's check it out. Oh, sorry about that, Lloyd. All right, hold on.
You gotta put the meat.
Man, listen. I didn't even get the oxtails when I came before. What's your grandmother's name?
Eulalia Gonsalez.
One more time.
Eulalia.
Eudalia Gonsalez.
Oh my goodness.
Man,
Oh my goodness.
you called it. This is wonderful.
That's my go-to dish.
Okay. So this is one of the more popular ones that you have here, or this one?
You know what? Oxtail is a lot of people get scared And I tell everybody, you got to order it. You know, it's not about, you know, when you say oxtail, a lot of people are, you know, they never had it before, they get a little scared. But to me, it's one of our best dishes.
This is outstanding. We're gonna keep moving because I'm gonna end up eating that whole dish. Let's do this. We'll get one more. All right. What was the name of this again?
That's called lechon.
Lechon.
So it's a very Caribbean. Puerto Ricans have their own take on it, which is pretty much very similar. And we make all the marinades here.
Man, you know, I don't. Oh gosh. That's all right. Take your time.
I'm going for, you know, I do mine like I do it at home.
All right.
Everything goes in the same plate. We
right.
don't have all them plates at the crib. Like, hey, boy, you better give me that same plate.
Yeah. So
we marinate this thing with a bitter orange overnight.
a bitter orange?
Bitter orange, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not, you know, it's not your regular sweet orange, and it gives you that tangy flavor.
Okay. How did you know it's grandma's recipe?
Grandma's recipes.
The bitter orange, how do you get that?
We buy it already in the bottles. So yeah.
Okay.
But it's hard to get the orange by itself, so we import it from Miami.
Do you really?
Yeah, we do.
Man. So, you're in Chicago, you're in Logan Square, but you're getting authentic Cuban food. And Alberto and his staff do a magnificent job, because I've been here before. We came to do this shoot. But you gotta try these different flavors, man, because it's an explosion going on. Thank you, sir. So, Doc, what you think?
I like everything.
And we haven't even got there.
We haven't even got to the fish yet, right?
But explain to me why you like everything. What is it?
It's the taste, man. And I'm not, you know, most people talk about Cuban food particular and foreign food, but being spicy. I don't like spicy food. I want to be able to enjoy it. There's people eating spicy food they're snipping, their eyes are running. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to enjoy it. I want the flavors. I want to taste them, right? I taste everything here, man.
Thank you.
Everything. All seasoned quite well, right?
You know, a lot of times people come in here and they really don't understand the difference between Cuban food and Mexican food. So they go, "Are you spicy?" A lot of you'll be amazed. There's people that haven't been traveled very much.
Okay.
So they think that they think that it's just spicy. And Cuban food, we use a lot of condiments, but we don't use any type of spice, any type of spicy peppers or stuff like that.
It's quite obvious, man.
It is. It's wonderful. This is excellent.
Should I tell you a story about the Cuban?
Please.
Or you guys. So basically, the Cuban has kind of like the same lechon, but what we do is we cook it differently so we can slice it, and then we have ham, pickles, Swiss cheese, and mustard. And you put all those flavors together, and it creates a great sandwich.
Okay.
And it's a simple sandwich. Have you watched the movie Chef?
No, I don't think so.
Good.
You got to watch that movie. It's an excellent movie. It's called Chef. That's where the money's at. That thing is all about flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
The bread is delicious.
and guys, listen. The food is not spicy. It's just a little warm in Chicago today. That's all. So
But you know what? We feel like we're in Cuba right now.
that's true. That's true. Good and hot. That bread is something, isn't it? I've had it. Just like I remember. Very, very good. All right, here we go. The presentation on this is excellent. They put the limes and oranges, cut them up. What's this right here, Alberto?
That's garlic sauce.
Oh, wow.
So we make our own mojo, which is called mojo. It's garlic sauce. So basically, it's a little vinegar, olive oil, garlic, and a little comino.
Wow. Okay. Good stuff. So I got my man, Dr. Lloyd Walton, with me, and Doc and I go back a ways. I used to watch him. He doesn't know this, but I used to watch him when he was playing, and I was a youngster. And Al McGuire was one of the most colorful characters in not just in college basketball, but every basketball world. One of the best coaches ever, right? Coached at Marquette. Dr. Lloyd Walton was an All-American at Marquette. He was an All-American at Mount Carmel High School here in Chicago. He's gone on to do some great things. He's only the third player ever in NBA to have a PhD, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So let me start with that. What was it about that? Did you want to differentiate yourself, or someone with your background and everything, and you've done everything? Why would you want to go and get a PhD?
There's no one answer, right? There's a myriad of different answers, from family values, being taught that education is critical to your success, right? Education is not something they can take away from you. And then just thinking about what resonated with me since 4th grade, walking by my 4th grade teacher and the coach, basketball coach, and he's saying, you know, she's telling him, like, you know, your basketball players are, you know, not that smart. You know, in fact, some of them are dumb. I always remembered that. Even when I went back to school to get my master's degree. So I've oftentimes felt like I needed to be able to challenge myself, to be better than people thought I could be.
Okay.
And going back to school to get my doctorate was extremely challenging, and there was a lot of doubters and haters about that, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm a sole believer that, you know, in your heart, if you believe it, and if in your mind you can create it, your imagination, I would see myself walking across the stage being hooded 7-8 years ago before I even started my doctorate.
Is that right?
Yeah. Most of the things that I've been successful with, I saw myself doing it before they actually happened. Mm-hmm. This just came upon me. I didn't start this. I don't know where it came from, but I wanted things so badly, like I did that doctorate, that I saw myself walking across that stage. Now, there were many nights where I said, who the hell thought of this?
Right.
I mean, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm still doing research for a paper, right? So it wasn't easy, it was challenging, but it's been extremely rewarding.
Obviously, because the work that you're doing with the Players Association and working in counseling with those guys has got to be instrumental to some of their careers, because, as you know, being a former NBA guy yourself, some of the toughest challenges are off the court. They're not necessarily on the court, they're off the court. What's the biggest change that you've seen in the last few decades from the game, say 2 decades ago till now, in terms of the counseling piece?
Well, first of all, 2 decades ago, we didn't have anybody. We didn't have any counselors that you could go talk to. If you saw a counselor, that was something that you did on your own. Maybe your agent did it for you, reached out to somebody.
Okay.
So there was nobody in-house, if you will, certainly that had the same experiences of being a player, former player,
sure,
to be able to talk you through some of these situations that they go through. So that's the biggest change, is that all of these programs and resources have been available to players today that weren't available many, many years ago.
Okay.
The challenge still is for us at the Players Association is for players to be able to take advantage of them, right? Because one of the things that happens is that players always think, not always, but most of them think that this is going to last forever.
Yep.
It didn't for you, it didn't for me, right?
That's right.
I mean, the average playing career at this point in time is 4.7 years, so you might as well say 5 years. So you come into this league at 20 years of age. Your career, everything that you dreamed about, right, being an NBA player, is over at 25.
25.
You didn't go to college, and if you did 1 year.
That's right.
Right? So what skill set are you bringing to a corporation? What are you bringing to Google, right? What are you bringing to, IBM or something? You don't have the skill set that they're looking for, because they don't care if you were a triple-double guy.
That's right.
Right? They want you to be able to invent something. Apple wants you to come in and create.
That's right. Yep.
So today we have those kind of resources for players, and today players are in a better position to be successful off the court than they ever were.
Wow. Well said. Is it the increase in the overall money for the league that's helped roll out some of these additional services that weren't around? Or is it a recognition of the NBA saying, you know what, this is our product, we want to invest in our players a little bit more? Is it more of that?
I think it's the latter.
Okay.
I think that the NBA and the Players Association has seen some of the mistakes, some of the failures, some of the holes, if you will, in programming and providing for players. This is, our main product, right? So we want it to operate and function at its highest level. Well, we need more than just coaches on the basketball floor to be able to do that. Not only that, if we want to continue to be successful and evolve, we have to provide these players with things that are going to last far beyond their playing career, right? Mm-hmm. And so we got to start preparing them while they're playing. That's the biggest change, though, is that players are now preparing while they're playing instead of waiting until the season, their career's over to start figuring out what they want to do.
And I love that because I remember I played with Joe Dumars in the Detroit Pistons. Joe Dumars, highly successful player. I think he was top 50 all time, right?
Yes, he was.
So Joe Dumars in the top 50 all time. Took me under his wing, him and Mark West.
Oh wow!
I was a young, loudmouth dude. But Mark West in the off season was working at a stock brokerage. He already knew that his career was numbered, that he needed another skill set. Joe Dumars at the time had 3 different companies while he was playing. Okay. Him and his business partners would go over to Europe. They would have 10 different companies that needed a cash infusion. So Joe and his partners would go over and examine the businesses and figure, okay, let's do 2 to 3 a summer. They'd give the cash infusion, they'd get back 30% of the company. If you do that 10 years, you got 30% interest in 30 companies, right? 20 or 30 companies. That's why Joe Dumars is where he is now. And I believe that's what Dr. Lloyd Walton is talking about with these players. We are getting ready to get into this fish here at 90 Miles Cuban Cafe. Let me get the knife out. Let's cut. How about we cut right here? Guys, you see how big this fish is? It takes up the whole freaking platter. Let me see if I can cut it real good here. All right, here, I'm gonna give you this piece, bro.
Hey man, I'm good. Come on.
You say, come on.
Come on. Come on.
And Alberto said I got to smile at the fish, but it's too late now.
It's too late. It's far too late.
It's too late because my stomach was touching my back when we started. Boy, I was so hungry. Let me get a little.
Oh, you want that?
Little avocado. All right.
All right. All right. Let me see what this is like.
Tell me what you think.
This is the bomb, man. This is the bomb.
It's good, huh?
This is for real, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So without me telling you, you know I'm coming back here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I'm coming back here with the missus.
Ooh.
Enjoy some of this, right? Oh my goodness.
See, I never got this when I came, but that's the perks of America Loves Food and Sport, because you get the best foot forward. Where can people find you, like on IG or Facebook or?
Instagram, Dr. Lloyd Walton 1123. Facebook, Dr. Lloyd Walton. I'm going to start my YouTube channel. So I'll talk about that some other time, but start my YouTube channel. And then I'm starting my own company. We've been working on this for a while now. It's called Lifelong Winners LLC Consulting, and it's specifically for athletes.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking for that.
Yeah.
Dr. Lloyd Walton, thank you so much, brother. Really appreciate it.
Stephen, thank you, man.
What'd you think of the food?
The food was great, man.
Yeah, it was.
So whenever they shut off, I'm gonna finish.
Wow, what a culinary experience. Great food. The oxtail and the red snapper were to die for. The Cuban sandwiches are always great. I've had those before when I previously came in, so make sure you check those out. Special thanks to Alberto Gonsalez, the owner of 90 Miles Cuban Cafe. He did a fantastic job hooking us up with a Havana Club rum, as well as the great food. And also to my special guest and friend, Dr. Lloyd Walton. He was great. That'll do it for this edition of America Loves Food and Sports. I'm your man, Stephen Bardo. Until next time, peace.